Hello, mathematics lovers. We have a question here on variation, and I'll quickly read the question and explain a bit about variation. If x is jointly proportional to the cube of y and the fourth power of z, in what ratio is x increased or decreased when y is halved and z is doubled? Okay, when we talk about variation, we talk about how we compare different quantities. Are we together? And we have different types of variation in mathematics. We have the direct variation, the inverse variation, the joint variation, and the partial variation. Joint variation is more like when we combine probably two direct variation or two inverse variation. Are we together? So for this particular question, once you are told that x is jointly proportional to the cube of y and the fourth power of z, you know that they are both direct variation. When I say a is proportional to b, it means that both a and b are increasing at the same rate. But when we talk about inverse variation, if I say a is inversely proportional to b, it means that as a is increasing, b is decreasing at the same rate. So for this particular question, we have to solve it with variation. So it says x is jointly proportional. This is the sign for proportionality. We say x is directly proportional to the cube of y, and the same s is also directly proportional to the fourth power of z raised to power 4. Okay, now I can combine these two. Are we together? So if I combine these two, I will have that x is directly proportional to the cube of y and the fourth power of z. Now in mathematics, I have to remove this variation sign. And removing this variation sign, what will happen? There will be an introduction of an equality inside and a constant of proportionality. So that will give me x is equals to, we call the constant k y raised to power 3 and z raised to power 4. That is the first relationship between x, y, and z. And now we are asked that in what ratio is x increased or decreased when y is halved and z is doubled? Okay, we have a first case of x, y, and z. Are we together? Now there's another case of reducing the value of y by half and increasing the value of z by 2. So therefore, if we call this x1, and we can call the other relationship x2. So we have that x2 will be equal to k. Remember, this is the relationship. So the concept of proportionality will remain. We can call this equation 1. Are we together? Because we are talking about ratio. Now, when y is half, it means that we are dividing y by 2. So this will give me y over 2. But remember, there's a power of 3 on y. So we raise everything to the power of 3. And we are told that z is double. So this will times 2z raised to the power of 4. Now, let's expand this. x2 will give me k y raised to power 3 divided by 2 raised to power 3. 2 raised to power 3, it's not 2 times 3. Yeah, 8 students, remember, 2 raised to power 3 means 2 multiply itself 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2. And we have that 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So this will give me 8. Then we have 2z raised to power 4. 2z raised to power 4 is the same as 2 raised to power 4 times z raised to power 4. Remember your indices. And 2 raised to power 4 will give us 16 times z raised to power 4. So I'll be left with times 16 times z raised to power 4. I can break this down. 8 can go into 16, right? 8 here is 1 and 8 here is 2. So doing this, I'll have this as 2k y raised to power 3 z raised to power 4. Are we together? I can call this equation 2. Since we are talking about the word ratio, remember in my previous video I told you that when we talk about ratio is when two quantities are dividing each other. So the ratio of the first one to the second one would give me, I'll have to divide equation 1 and 2, right? So I will have that x1 over x2 will be equals to, what's the value of x1? K y raised to power 3 z raised to power 4. I'll have k y raised to power 3 z raised to power 4 divided by x2. We got x2 now as 2k y raised to power 3 z raised to power 4. Are we together? So this we cancel this we cancel this, and this we cancel this. We have that therefore x1 over x2 is equals to 1 over 2. Are we together? That means if I cross and multiply, we have that 2x1 is equals to x2. Therefore, remember the first quantity is x1. So we can get the value of x2 when x1 is doubled. Are we together? Therefore, it is increasing, right? When x1 is double, that's when I can get x2. Are we together? So therefore, the ratio is increasing in 2:1. Okay? The ratio is increasing in 2:1. I hope you understand this question very well. If there's any issue with this question, do not forget to put it on the comment section, and also like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.